Amitabha, peace from Mexico to Greece. Word is bond, if you talk too much you're gone. Souls, endo, metros, entro. Spoken prophecies and songs, no hypocrisy. The strongest study many things from Eloquence, the LSD, the elderly, the water of life. I'm honest about my daughter and wife, our guy I love. But the spiritual is inevitable. Most miracles are reputable. I've etched in the stars how the sands of time flow from arrows from Mars. About a man I don't go see, I got plans that I don't know. Mine stand behind, stole my kind, died with the crow. And this is why I try to devote like Brandon Lee, the man to be. This world's a homeless land is free, so wild the atrocity and taxes in our food. But I'm fed up, so this is how we do. This is how we move, this is how we grew. Pineal gland expands indefinitely. These entities that rep with me are divine light, speed, height, weaponry. The divine light beings fire heavenly. I'm divine light, scream, strike, effortlessly. To become one, you need something one. Use above me, son, you know I'm bleeding some. Sacrifice lights right, black is white, night spite. I raise my third eye like the roses turn twilight. To become one, you need something one. Use above me, son, you know I'm bleeding some. Sacrifice lights right, black is white, night spite. I raise my third eye like the roses turn twilight. I'll rhyme right, is a sufficiency. Literally yipping me, artistically, specifically, see. I'm just making sure, because before I change my voice, it feels like most cats were feeling bored. They're feeling a little bit insecure, cause here I am again to eat you up. My lines will cause a blur, this is for sure, cause I'm a wizard. Hitting lizards, cats a spelling, start a blizzard. You shit the gizzards, have you risen? Sacred age is not a big nerd, no a wigger. He pulls the trigger, causing wakes across the world, shaking up earth and splitting Richter. That chaining shifter, limitless king shirt, no pink shirt, no ring flirt. I've been dirt until I took a stand and stomped the ground around me, moving the earth. All points are mandible, romantic or like animals, sipping animal. My hand will glow, I plan to roll mechanical, no cannibal or fan of those who handle roll will bend the slow. My force man, my home, my force man will grow. This is the land of Mad Max, and this is Wonder Song. Mel Gibson puns are so wonderful. So here I am again to say welcome to the Thunderdome. To become one, you need something one. Use above me, son, you know I'm bleeding some. Sacrifice lights right, black is white, night spite. I raise my third eye like the roses turn twilight. To become one, you need something one. Use above me, son, you know I'm bleeding some. Sacrifice lights right, black is white, night spite. I raise my third eye like the roses turn twilight. Stomping through the meadow, hello Geppetto. You want some jello, you odd fellow? Black and yellow, crack and mellow. Just crack the big bag of mellows. The dark marsh is where I decided to mellow. This mold smell though, I mold elbows. Don't go to hell yo, I'ma tell yo. I'm Velvo, you can call me Bilbo. But if I am a hobbit man, you must be one hell of a big dildo. No guns concealed bro, Ally McBill ho. I ducked the bill oh, my truck's for real show, I won't reveal though. You're probably laughing at this person, but you don't know about symbologies. The sentence gave you the curse of the first child that you birthed will always return a stolen person. This work, saving innocent purpose, stopping every last sadistic church. I know it hurts, stone poem girth. Don't stumble first, I throw a poem first. For I saw you, do I know you Davey? How does it feel? No, my lyrics made you retire your family crazy. But maybe I am speaking the truth, vampire hunter lately. Or maybe I'm a stranger space while you're crying like a baby. No cure for your rap, which is really plight scaby. Delivery clearly like a bunch of queers in the Navy. This is no conspiracy theory. In the end of this rhyme, Mel Gibson will get the gravy. Namo Amitabha. Peace. Are you dumb, son? You fun nuns have run guns like pun done. But one is love, fun shoved, and then you run away. The coming day with guns to play will come your way eventually. Remember me? The MC with empathy, fighting entire assemblies over energies and atmospheric crisis. I smite this and write shit while doing holy work with ISIS. I write this, everything I say has a meaning. And if you don't believe anything I say, you can fuck before the cleaning. You see me speaking peace on national broadcast TV freely, with young Jeezy getting his tongue freezy, ready to come easy. So I cut it off so he won't speak to me. He's a geek to me. an adversary, but more like fairies flying around and stealing shit. Spice girl like Jerry, it doesn't scare me that what you're wearing comes from the testicles of a hairy. Why are you staring at me, Harry? You're just a Puerto Rican canary. Take this real hip-hop and spread it around the universe. I choose a verse and blue with hurts, purging every vermin's curses, merchant hurt, starving. Struggle to save this kindred above with whatever tropical thunder, drowning in the summer. Take this real hip-hop and spread it around the universe. I choose a verse and blue with hurts, purging every vermin's curses, merchant hurt, starving. Struggle to save this kindred above with whatever tropical thunder, drowning in the summer. I spit with swiftness, you're the witness. My strike is vicious, I swipe the hit list, bite my terrific. I'm not sadistic, I'm the shallow warrior. I hurt you, then I'm sorrier, because my glory's worth it. I'm immersed when the berserk vermin, I burn in the earth. Jaws of the serpent, unlimited pounds per square inch. Laws of the third bend, the 13th chamber with burning ditch. I yearn assist, I took a vow to save others. The bloodshed of my brothers, now the scum are hiding under covers. I'm on the run with guns aimed at my temple. I slithered and withered my venom in that presidentials. Now it's evidential relevant. I blade you in the sediment, I don't use blades or weapons. My style is snake, don't reckon it. Your clan is fake, remember it. So when I spit like the sun, will you remember all the good deeds that I have done? Because I become one, and I don't need to live it. I'm living with new sights in spite of the life when I was young. Take this real hip-hop and spread it around the universe. I choose a verse and blue with hurts, purging every vermin's curses, merchant hurt, starving. Struggle to save this kindred above with whatever tropical thunder, drowning in the summer. Take this real hip-hop and spread it around the universe. I choose a verse and blue with hurts, purging every vermin's curses, merchant hurt, starving. Struggle to save this kindred above with whatever tropical thunder, drowning in the summer. At King's Spawn and bring hordes to take away your bling swords with ring scores. I meditate until I levitate, don't hesitate with weapons. Break the 7 satyrs, now it's spring scores. Attended the face, people argue over nonsense. A warrant army from the heavens, same way sweeping from the provinces. Convent is evident from the Old Testament. The sediment of spirit creates a land of re-embellishment. While this real hip-hop dog has been held back, barking all along. This is classic real, with classic real, no acid grills. I have some classes real, I crunch some plastic, call me forecast, stack of steel. I'm the shock like projector, the source of every after. Are you shocked and right? I'll ask if the task is real. I'm fast to feel and energetic, telekinetic, empathetic, relic with the filter, ready to say alright. So we want that classic hip-hop, we'll look no further. Segregation, people are looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first MC serving heat. The eloquence is elemental, that classic hip-hop, we'll look no further. Segregation, people are looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first MC serving heat. The eloquence is elemental, projecting holograms of hollow cancer wallows, can't project its autogram. Like auto band, mulatto spam, I am the motto man. So don't remember how I entered, a member of the other side, inventor, it's memorable. In ancient time when we all fly at places like December, I like these embers, turn my chakras into pure form, so I might incinerate all the inner hate from all the demon storms I'm leaning for. I bet it tomorrow without the soul, no more homeless, change your all, but hold your hope to change your all. I serve the highest with guitar shows. It's one thing that come clean to beg your sins, and it's another thing to hide away in a place and time where life begin. I find a side where I can live, child a monk on top of mountains, protect the innocent lives day by day, play by play, preserving the eternal fountain. I am the lion from the thunderclouds, the thunder loud when you wonder how I am counted. You want that classic hip-hop? We'll look no further. Segregation, people are looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first MC serving heat. The eloquence is elemental, that classic hip-hop. We'll look no further. Segregation, people are looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first MC serving heat. The eloquence is elemental. I'm the life force oracle, fight right historical, despite your life horrible. That's why with light adorable. treat your wife so horrible. I exist in coracle, deny your lord's deplorable. Rudely true, I expose the oratorical. So now we move slave aviators and demons and secret societies. This exists of validators and heathens. All the angels have no feelings. So I scream arcane enchantments for healing. And never evil, cause evil ceiling. Those who practice acts of evil, set to speak and never equal. Pass me free clothes, sharp as rages like logically. Biographies and odysseys, a prodigy of theology, but turned away like poverty. And now I sway on top of trees. Will you find me right audibly? I see you screaming in the thought of me. Well, you should know I swing them Wu-Tang blades with more than 2 clans slain. And now that you can't hang, so why you choose the damn brain? Want that classic hip-hop? Well, look no further. Sacred ancient be pusher, I'm looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first and see serving heat. The eloquence is element, want that classic hip-hop? Well, look no further. Sacred ancient be pusher, I'm looking for murder. First degree on the beat, instrumental, expensive, mental, first and see serving heat. The eloquence is elemental.
Beats.
I will echo in the afterlife. You better grab a knife, cause to kill me you will need kryptonite. To begin to stab with right, I jab you right, because I'm actually light, drifting through the essence of all. I stand silent in the presence of the fall. By your presence at the mall, waiting for the earth to collapse. Singing healing lullabies as you heathens begin to chant. The chance I give is like a dance of incantations, penetrating all the hatred and escape. Makeshift equation, same situations got you contemplating mankind in the making. When I speak, there is a tremble. Megatomic impacts, and skies begin to assemble. Monatomic switch back, I flip tax. My tactics are so intriguing. You didn't even fuck my knickknacks. Give me the bitch tap, and I'm sure your reign is over. I'm certainly strange when I rearrange and drain your of your self-proclaimed brains overflow. The hierarchy of the planet is ready to kill at my advantage. Filling an apis hammock with Islamic banter such gigantic ransom bandits planting hands and tangents of going to the land Atlantic. Throwing your plans into disorder, invoking new world order, but not to the population route, mass ascension to every border, flowing to the corners of the earth. We kill the serpents first, and I write this verse. I am the urgent reverse, so listen to all of these words. No charades can hold the laughter, speaking peace in every land. This is truly Neverland, and you can never find a better pan. My labyrinth is cavernous, pineal gland is shining, so open my eyes and see a time when space and light are binding. Hold focus to my timing, release shock beyond degree. I am a woolly master, telling the truth and set you free. No more PCP, easy set it right with EECC. Speak the trees and then I'll set this planet right. Our planet's at its death, we hurt her so much, and people refuse to believe it, so it just truly passes us by. This is not a test, in a short time I'll hell with it free. Not only with the threat of martial law in the US, but also with tyranny. The way the sun's been acting, the X10 solar flares had to know way more often. Life as we know it is truly coming to an end, as our hearts begin to soften, and not necessarily extinction, but not the population of the earth that might relinquish, and it may be coming. The people need to know it and get ready for the worst. Just to endure it, love and let it amazing. But if we don't wake up and fight for our survival, our species will be as one racing, burning down the forest, and we'll be lost forever. My heart hurts so much, not over one love, but also the grand love for all things that we touch. The Mary Samaria, Atlantis and Bavaria, holding secrets that are scaring ya, so you best prepare to bear the stuff. No charades can hold the laughter, speaking peace in every land. This is truly Neverland, and you can never find a better pan. My labyrinth is cavernous, pineal gland is shining, so open my eyes and see a time when space and light are binding. Hold focus to my timing, release shock beyond degree. I am a woolly master, telling the truth and set you free. No more PCP, easy set it right. With EECC, speak the trees and then I'll set this planet right. There was no bear that compares to us. White folk are from Mars. The Lucifer experiment is clashing time and smashing stars. But have faith in the calls, the ancient ascended masters. I stab and strife and fall, but I know that this blade I swing is bending matter. Eyes are the gate to the soul. Eyes are the gate to the soul. My eyes are the gate to the soul. My eyes are the gate to the soul. Yeah.
Eyes are the gate to the soul. Eyes are the gate to the soul. To the soul. Eyes are the gate to the soul. To the soul. To the soul. To the soul.
I try to hold my head up, all riddled in poems, but with mankind I am fed up. I quittle of thrones, I fiddle alone on the rooftops with my serenades. This barricade won't hold me back. I'm projecting air and bear charades. I smoke the bomb, it's chronic. Hit my head back till I vomit. Clean that mess up with some comment. Is modern comics argue for bonnets? I'm on it, from studying megalithic runes, show running the trap is rockin' sonnets. Neolithic seats and dreams I can see them move. Never stopping inside of my mind's race. I find space, then climb states like find chase, then find place, confined face. What do I mean? But I think it's really simple. This is a tragic story of a boy who found truth in God's dismissal. I am a spiritual missile, been through shit that you ain't seen. So when I say I've seen an alien being, you best believe in me. I speak what I believe in, everything what I mean, except the odd pun, a joke about Amelia and Craig Dean. I'm feeling your drag queen. Don't tell me your name, it's just Cecilia. Cause when I'm gone in the image of me, the gods will distribute that shit in mass memorabilia. You know you can't run, you know you can't hide, you know you can't fly. You know I won't run, you know I won't hide, you know I can fly. You know you can't run, you know you can't hide, you know you can't fly. You know I won't run, you know I won't hide, you know I can't die. My lyrics are an everlasting fountain of youth. I know you hear her always laughing, well I am a mountain of truth. You fear me pounds into you, my metaphors give you a head of words. So astounding how my sounds can burn you with a blazing red of torch. Confounding anew, grounding gems to cold factions and dark synagogues. I attack them with art and cinder blocks. No choice inside of your cinder socks. Only poison a choice and wooden set of spars. Avoid is an noise through embers in a spinner bar. So will you remember this golden winter song? What is this misery I feel? Even though I try to stand, I know this memory will be real. So I tell you the truth, how the streets are dark and tainted. I stand alone in shadows known as gallows, show my portrait painted. I am an ancient, I am enshrouding the zoo, unlocking the cages, setting animals free, and cocking, blocking false sages. I'm endowed when I flew, and this misery would last for ages. I'm endowed when I flew, this misery would last for ages. Called blocking false sages. For me and magma are the epic of earth, from dusk to dawn. You can tell that we are both gracious. You know you can't run, you know you can't hide, you know you can't fly. You know I won't run, you know I won't hide, you know I can fly. You know you can't run, you know you can't hide, you know you can't fly. You know I won't run, you know I won't hide, you know I can't die. Stabilize mainframe, yeah, you got one. I rhyme the right way, your lines get dropped, son. The pattern you are living will soon be forgotten. The nice things you are getting are mentally thought up. Promethean heathen, just speaking the feeling you are, because you're bleeding. Your lyrical crackers are feeding, but here to stop the feeding on the inconsistency flesh. The monsters in the rabbit hole, the nations caught you up in the mess. They rate you as part of the test. Display hate pure shot, now your life is a mess. Drinking, partying, doing these needles. The Bible is crock of shit, because love comes from the people, not the steeple. Most religion is truly evil, so we the sheep will leave the free throw at the eyes, gazing through the people. If it grenades your ordinance, I'll set these Odin coordinates, finding with Christmas ornaments, like my cross over the border flip. Tragedies cavities, hopping the cavities, grabbing the calories, spotting the calories, dropping the map and trajectory, see at home. Cause with home invasion, houses were made for a foreign gnome. I'm off though, never ask me for a favor. My radical behavior, dices like ancients with scythes and rapiers, employing my neighbor, enjoying everything I gave her, even getting decent price from Casa flavor. Guess what? The best sluts get headbutts and breast touched by feds. Yup, the 70 show, remedy right does, and the empty show, coincidental. Elementary's how I roam, on the Lebanese grow, essentials how I flow, ethereal expansion like monophone. I'm monochrome into trihetches and pyramids. I'm model alone, sitting next to a myriad. I deserve to live, period.
Give me the money.
Why put that thing away, man? I hurt somebody with it.
The money, give it to me. Where's the rest of the money?
Alright. Take the money, don't kill me. Jesus Christ. You had to cut on the seat.
Don't televise a revolution, elevate to manifest it. There's a few new clue solutions, enemy indigested. The government's not interested, so it's time to trust ourselves. My third eye never rested, demons' minds begin to melt. The birds fly when tectonic shake, I stress lessons, smoke chronic bait. My words rhyme when I'm on the way, I earn life when it's a sonic's fate. I never thought the end of days was coming, but here we are. One more army, do war famine, humankind is bound to plummet. And then, I roll with men, showboat invent, then go amend. And bold on sheds, I wrap up, transcend. Back up, avenge, had what depends. Stab guts commend, back slut statement. Slap duck faces, ab butts gracious black. What you're a racist, debate the hatred in the matrix. Out snakes shape shift, I play this game in makeshift states, is hoping to replace it. I'm only hoping to replace it. Sacred age is gonna replace it. Deep space diamonds, rose quartz floats, high estate rhyming, life force flow. Sprites don't know, so stop blaming the people. We are all as one, separated by the steeple. Deep space diamonds, rose quartz floats, high estate rhyming, life force flow. Sprites don't know, so stop blaming the people. We are all as one, separated by the steeple. Separated by the steeple. Separated by the steeple. Some folk call me Sky, walker of the earth. I separate your lies, sharper gloves and worth. A lyrical manager, destroying Illuminati banisters. I shine so bright I can't be captured on the camera. Chakra points explode when invoking holy stamina to stabilize the minds of one. A kind will separate. Are we sheep on earth and the soul of Zentopia? I think not, I sing shots, I blink stop, Annika. Off to the Baja, the island of stability. My lyrical abilities go way the fuck beyond infinity. And there is a relativity, my mind's unlimited artillery. Articulously know I swim in vivid misery. Lividly preach foul tomfoolery, screech out pump jewelry. You all know that I'm cool to see, no parents are fearless ruler. Please be positive, I'm the Eurocentric, negative, heliocentric, repetitive, competitive, mellow, eccentric. Deep space diamonds, rose quartz floats, high estate rhyming, life force flow. Sprites don't know, so stop blaming the people. We are all as one, separated by the steeple. Deep space diamonds, rose quartz floats, high estate rhyming, life force flow. Sprites don't know, so stop blaming the people. We are all as one, separated by the steeple. Separated by the steeple. Separated by the steeple. Haters, tornadoes, stick your face and see you later. Snakes and alligators, we are family. Our wall system data, penetrator, ventilator, dense danger, gems and claymores. I spend them strange whores, I spend time on strange shores. Then unwind for 8 more. This entire verse is one complex message, and if you know the words I speak, then get in touch with me to help us end this. You can help us end this.
Rebel.
Listen, can you feel it coming? I glisten in opposition while your vicious fleet is running. Try something. I'll really triple dog dare you, cause the way I shift my energy is making the earth and air move. I'm scared too, but I know so many ways to slay a serpent. I am for certain that my ways will drop your fucking curtain. I'm always certain, but I am searching for the real world. You're constantly jerking while I'm flirting with the real girl. Who will save this real world? I say that will be me. Boompa doopa doompa, you should see the spears I speak. Flicked at your fucking neck, my dick got your cousin's wet. Stick to your tough man rep, bitch, till I got you running. Yep, never praise to me, because the way I modern morphin makes you the tweak in me. I'm the elemental sovereign, the saw is bare. I'm the geek you seek, study science and alliance, and combine this oldie violence to the one and only tyrant. Holy science, watching the clouds from the ocean. You have faults and follow me, you should see my chakras open. Razors he swallow clean, I'm so deadly with the medley. You think had to give you head, see the blade I hold is heavy. I will make your white walls hollow red. Although dead, whenever I'm in Florence, I'm the zombie player, blazed on slayer, slicing the wallow head, crashing in my Ford Taurus. Never close to constellations when this mind is contemplating. I'm creating minds on the side of the lines of blindness time, so angels cry. This is my obligation. I'm the one who's gonna be saving this nation. You should shut the fuck up, mom, you're done, son. Let me grab my truck, duck. Ninja stars with stun guns are flying while the line in time is crying. On blind eyes crying, lies and worlds tied from your striking. This is a real alien sighting. Watch the space invader ascend from heaven. My name is Enki, your sacred age. I'm the anti-new rebellion. I am the anti-new world rebellion. Some call me a Frodo Jumper. Well, I'm the Yoda Stomper, and you're a frail jet. I wanna dump these holy clovers on ya. You really don't want me to go on, son. I will drop a divine atomic bombs inside of your palace while you ride a shotgun. I got one, and by one I mean it's Trinity. Some lead you assistants spit shit you don't even have the first clue about. So I'll put you in your mouth with techniques only ancient titans speaking about. I shouted now you'll never win against me dissing. It'll take you an army and a one world religion, plus an earth cataclysm to make it out of my radio projection. Astral dissection, ripping apart your birds in sections, living my life in light, projecting my mother Gaia's reflections. It's worth my while to call you ignorant suckers, jaded rapists. Well, if that's the case, I will fight heavily with raised fists. Smack you so hard you fly to your brain, is from your head, blood is draining down city drains. You better start playing the sacred age you're just playing. The system is political, religion's analytical. I spit critical, cylindrical, typical, sick, it's clinical. I remember when I was a kid growing up, I never saw the stuff, but now I'll never bite the bluff. The world is massing up, it's all the one we're law is a fraud, and we need to rise beyond. I sing the songs from Zelda, compelled to get it done. Running to the shelter, alcohols are in a bonfiring. My mind is right free, I'm spent tiring. Liring, admiring, buying, retiring early. There's too much bloodshed in the west, defense and killing surely. We'll take up arms and we fight for our lives. Then we'll awaken to the arms that will try to hold us tight. I know I'm on the slight, I hold the essence of the gods. Our foes don't know what's right, I hold the presence of your flaws. This is an astral war, and good is on the side. But what is good and what is evil depends on futures that we write. Please give us wings so that we may fly. From the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us as one. Please give us wings so that we may fly. From the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us as one. Shining like an Escalade made of solid gold. My soul's composed of holy notes. I chant my shows of holy ghosts. Please only know these holy flows when pony shows me holy blows. I sack the souls of evil foe and leave this world like Stephen Cho. I know I'm speaking out against our creators, but the plan on December 12th is to shift the entire equator. Using Project Hopper, Project Darts, it's raining shots, I've let it card, defense, scar, and fed this heart, but refuse to take your offer. Maybe it's karma, tracking devices on my limbs. Bhaktivedanta Brahma, Krishna, please sing me these hymns. All I want in love, material world is kosher and hate free. But everywhere I turn, I see this devil staring at me. Never be free, I was once lost, but now I'm found to save the rest of me. To God I pray, my sounds will rain from sea to sea. Just give me a chance to prove my worth, and I will show you children right. I clean the trance while enemies dance. This is a time to fight. Please give us wings so that we may fly. From the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us as one. Please give us wings so that we may fly. From the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us as one. I awake to the sun shining in my face. I try to retrace my past mistakes, but in the end I feel this pace. Hip hop under my feet, spinning unmentionable seats. I feel my clavicle recede as I repeat the sentence sweet. I know what I speak, my mind is constant premonitions, precognition, hidden vision. Streets are filled with snakes and witches, masons hate the stitches. I rate like 8 deficient, I'll never switch position. My path is higher consequence, my opulence is ambulant. I fall just like a communist, I often piss cast away in the wind. The more I think, the better it is for your skin. Definitely, I reach metaphysical energy, I preach presidential infamy. I see quantum physical entities for centuries of entities and scream of quelling enemies. Transcend with me, my name is Sacred Age. I wait in states of God's embrace, a place of states with laws of grace and raw like raw secret space.
Please give us wings so that we may fly from the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us as one. Please give us wings so that we may fly from the heavens and the earth to the stars in the sky. I'm asking for forgiveness for all the bad I've done. I'm bearing you to witness for all of us.
The snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. The streets are beautiful, but with time they are decaying. It's change that is strange when the skies are forever changing. Everywhere I turn I see another dirty slum. A man of every race feeding his children from a dump. But there is love to be had on every corner or lane, so it's worth giving a tug to help our brothers from the rain. Even though the world will change, my mind will remain the same. In paragraphs and telegraphs I reveal my astral name. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Violence rises, the silence goes dim on the horizons. A child is smiling while his violin is crying, just trying to make a bill, but these days who ain't? The government got a spade while the federals try to raid, picking innocent people out just to make the round a day. Doesn't matter what you did, sure don't matter what you say, but I spit past that way that you play. I actually fight for what I believe in and stand against all the hate. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. I believe the words I spray and help a killer if he repented. Well, love is what I scream from streets and peaks unprecedented. The president did what? Well, it's really no surprise, because the world is full of hate and urban serpents in disguise. I rationalize minds as I see the lies in their eyes. Everything on the radio was made to make our children blind. So with time and tides I'll find the demon souls in stellar forms of shrines transcended to the heavens where the trees and breeze reside. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of Satan's nations. Love, one, heart, mind, peace. Bless the snake's blind. If you charge your chakras and raise your vibrations, love will come your way in the face of It's time to stand, take on the man, and reacquire all the ancient Babylonian lands. But they're spilling blood on the sands, the shores of the natives. Ignored, love's inflated, bored, drugs and patience. But there was no virtue when the Nordics came and slayed all the rules around you. The blizzard is ready to pay or play, we died by the wind the ancient aliens made. My actual name is Paige, and yes I am a mage, here to save those who were depraved and turn into slaves with a word of a gray, who wants each and every race to take the children's lives away. Anki on the mic, and Lil on the beats, killer, and after the hook, forcing the devil to retreat, forcing the rebels to their feet. But I'm a great spray when I portray a day where life exists as one, but not the way that the one eyes play when I transcend into the sun. But I'm a break these spray when I portray a day where life exists as one, but not the way that the one eyes play. I will transcend into the sun.
This is my masterpieces, my swag is intergalactic. This rap truly was speechless, no pranks or intricate tactics. I use my telekinesis, leaving you completely teethless. Perceiving my elephant's weakness, you're grieving when I repeat this. Because I am the lyrical miracle, ethereal, delirial, spherical miracle. Removing toxins from your cereal, and spirituals and lyrical, while lyrics go sweet and terrible. Venereal, spherical, circuit shoes, curable. A montage of switch tips with patch terrible. Ascension or intervention, the crack you talk about is shameful, so terrible. In dimensions of retention, I make the fucking rain flow. Not like the Rain Man, look at you running around like you are Rain Man. Not attached to your body, not even spiritual, not even the purest charities show signs of being charitable. They give back nothing with nature, like Anubis, Savat, and Cherubal. Anubis, Savat, and Cherubal.
Song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with the blade and a race fan, freeing midnight stranglers. The song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with a blade hand and a race band, free midnight stranglers. These cats will snuff you out. What in the world are you talking about? I'll put the club in your mouth. A white dove is your route. I'll stomp a bombs from the south. Murderous, a higher fires with hell. Inspired by Cerberus, the serpent tusk will make you melt. Blurring your word like an urban sermon's clutch. You're burnt to wasp, brains caked on the curb. Serving you the third pressure for the words of a bird. We hear all that you heard. We got sights like ancient swords burning at base, slice up patience. This is hardcore style, and your sophomore play. Killer rock, child. I watch the softcore tape. I will empty spirit, just take a beer hit. You get spread out like a queer snitch. I feel your fear, bitch. Linger pus in the stench of hollows. This is the end of your life, and you know your wife is filled as she begins to swallow. The song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with a blade and a race fan, freeing midnight stranglers. The song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with a blade hand and a race band, free midnight stranglers. Peace, blessings, Amitabha and Zen. I sing these hymns with synergy, living where time begins. A dark place with large hate, we call it the earth. You fart face, I part lakes and tremble the dirt. I will remember my words, showing up to galas happy. I passed you and asked you, who are these fake math dudes? I catch you, but you falling way below my structures. Abducted and thrust into her benevolent views asunder. I struck nerds with a truly godlike purpose to stop this media garbage from brainwashing us into serpents. Sacrifice our children, thinking they are worthless. Welcome to the time of man, aka the sermons. I'm the one who's burning, trying to spark unique sight. Hanging on to Steve Berman, dying dark, show me light. I know I'm right, I'll show you everlasting light. This is no conspiracy theory, this is the series of night. The song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with a blade and a race fan, freeing midnight stranglers. The song is derived from anger. Real hip-hop is in danger. The mainstream crap is more like strangers. Rain Man with a blade hand and a race band, free midnight stranglers. Saw out scriptures, the essence of the aftermath. The captive passions, rabbit stash and rabbit dash. Right after that, the words I conjure make sense. Hieroglyphic, optic, gifted. Now I'm lifted, light and gifted. Screaming at the sermon sniffed it. Can I use this energy to my metaphysical bandage? Absorbing elements and shifting the Milky Way's planets. God's record spirits, I know that I can hear it. Then you semi-automatic attacked by the way you tack it. Dramatic in mysticity, the spirits are wrong with me. I'll fix in my chakra modes to extra dimensional frequency.
frequencies. Speaking through trees, and trees are part of my delinquency. So this is why I call myself a mage. And maybe someday someone will speak to me. Don't preach to me, I'm a warrior of the higher. Set your life on fire, burn in hell and then retire. If you speak the sacred age, consciousness is required.
Summer is here. It's time to breathe the freshest air. Hearing birds and children to play the beauty of upcoming fairs. Ingenuity in the mind that bears the habitats and flowers bloom. The powers move as hours move and hours flew. While towers move, the cowards choose to stay inside and be a hermit. While conscious to start making tunes and build without a permit. I think I found Miss Piggy. You can call me Kermit, this love I earn it. White doves and burnt tips, light dove and enjoy life. It's 2012, get your choice right. Living, try to gather kids and chatters, factors, laughter, erratic actors, girls in bikini tops. Mr. Linguini rocks is like adders rest on teeny rocks. I live my life the right way. I sight days as nights fade the light way. I smite prey, but I'm a conscious monk, rapper and martial arts creator. I spark my partial art and savor the ones I share with my neighbor. I'm a Krishna kind of cat. I wish I could switch the fact that vicious bastard to be sad and walk a minute in my slippers. Well, I figure the liver was never meant to intake liquor. My propulsion is way off the Richter. I trigger the pictures, bigger figures, wiggers whisper like twigs and espers. Silent spirits in the wind, season change, mad things are rearranged. Here we go linguistic again. Shout out to Deacon the Villain, he's more hyped than Elvis leaving the building. To stop the end of days, real guardian. The partying or tardy for the time of all the audience. Discarding men, my blade is strong as mithril. Disregarding them, the sun would burn like white nickel. I'm studying monoliths and glyphs from the Nautilus and rip, grab the split and hit until my eyes leak like a sieve. What is this life? Well, say it's something worth living. Lividity of glaciers, infinity I find. Divinity of nature, definitively I find. Subtility, sharp braces like razors and tides. Lies make your guides cry. See, truthiness won't be so, cause as long as you're helping others, overruling you'll be duly front. Show the higher destiny, the best MCs won't mess with me. My hats and life with the save us also while more MCs rep with me. Under your perception, I slice in every direction. Like flight by birth sections, or really like vivid sections for neglection and rejection. The means you created for your own protection. All the directions, known expression, hold your gold as molding questions. Never sought with all your answers, speaking prophecies and sections. Fading heat or lyrical cancer, daughter of root up to like Prancer. Miracle lyrically, astral discretion is advised. I crash among this run of minds to find this time when angels cry. I tried, God's on my side and have one of my eyes revived. That's why I hung on the cross, died, and 3 days later I was revived. While I opulate, and I don't care about all the cops who
gravitate. I'll drop you, mate. Causing quakes, start to throw space shots through the galaxy, full speed in your face. Starts to envelop your skeleton. You're irrelevant, so I'll just ask you to replace your gelatin. Gelatinous blob, fatness slob. No pussy, so you tend to be jacked. You knob, you dirty crackling broad, you casting frogs. You're an art dasher, live part matter. I'll take your heart after mind state like dark raptors. Bring you to the arch striker. My matter is not a factor. I'm a monk and I just break you. You're just a fart master, you fart bastard. Moving around in your gay scooter. I feel sorry for your maid. You even offered a paid cooter. Once you got turned down, you bitch had clown from in a gown. Your entire race will cling to the clouds, nowhere to be found. Oh, I stare you down, bow, arrows go round, cold staring, cold ground. When I ascend, beyond the stars of the universe, with just no sound to bury you in the ground. I'm pouring out sacred hell. This is the end of what I'm saying. I'm a piece of all on earth, and you're the one who's still debating. Up all night dating, while I'm creating weights. When I shift my fucking state. avalanche. My tragic magic hands will man their astral travel planes and banish them back into the sands. Smearing here from heart attacks as black as the universe is tries to collapse against the will of Allah. Speak truth about the malevolent, benevolent, rebel, almost irrelevant. When I spin this, I'm like bones within the intergalactic space-time continuum vortex reflects again. Because I dwindled and sin the flight beyond Anunnaki, reptilian, requiem, left with broken demon wings again at the same place where time began. Saving those whose hearts are dead, coming up with the cure for chemtrails and mass perspective, hallucinogens off the top of my head, freestyling every day and I still don't get the bread. Maybe I should lie about the truth and make up another Jesus, Minos, Joseph, and Quetzalcoatl like heavenly figurehead. And let mankind realize that greedy souls can never be fed. And let mankind realize that their greedy souls will never be fed. My spirit guides spirit through the sky, trying to find lies to relate them in my mind. Millennium, Syrian, and other angelic swine. The fuck will you not help me out in this dark and future's time? Call it the earth, I may be just a metalhead rapping, but I don't do it for the times I chose to spit, because the script that reveal the true history of the species, mankind. So this is why I define my life to be not any grind, to be killing any crime. I see vessels in the skies all the time, interdimensional crafts is values from some kind of gravity like propulsion. Explosively be hopeless when I see the government's destroying the ocean. No loss of explosion, I'll toss like propulsion, spit frost up to you open. I strike precise with knives and sights to all the leaders who were chosen according to the bloodline. So I flood time and crush blood fine, extracted crystals and facts, knowing that I'm back because of the blades and shears, but because I'm sacred age right here to shed your fear and dry your tears. For all the fears, tears, clears and steers, I'm beginning to believe straight from the ears. I know no fear, Lemuria fell to the Mars race, so I create mass hysteria when I begin to parlay. I spark taste and real rap, feel that? That's galactic matter from ancient times, set up to recap. Cataclysmic when I shatter skulls for all of your arrogant laughter in this matter. Poke at your go bladder, no chatter can outswing this angry batter. Agnostic seeding in shower with rhyme strong from our earthen core. Pancostic beating in hours, defying Sodom towers and serpent score. I'm sacred age, here to put the serpents under the floor.
The age of Maya, human life is a skillet on the fryer. I'm here to help us retire, ascending souls back into Gaia. Almost will die in the fire, endless they embrace the light, fighting with all of our might, but there is no fine line in sight. Watching children get infected by materialistic ways, the sacred age awaits as I recall my fallen fate. Chant mantras and meditate is the way we show our grace. Can you taste the weight of all the blood the Illuminati waste? My mind is in a heightened state, blind as can be just like lakes. Please grace me with your face, the state of what I sought to escape. Back to the ocean, more density to force it open. To the tales of evil golems, while spitting the most holy of poems. The consciousness of Krishna, Buddha, Vishnu, and the Lord will help us save this world together. The anti-demon pagan storm, open the door to another realm where all life is crying forth. Chaitanya leaks radiance, palladiating aliens, formally orderly, ordering disorderly hope. I stoke energy that you don't know, and I live my life like fallen snow. I'll hold my love forever and after and never let her go. I surrender my soul to the foulest grounds just to ensure she'll forever glow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'm bound in circles, witches trapping me in pentacles. I found a world in which ghosts are exactly just like Astral. I stand of apparel, not material, but of spiritual sentinels, perceiving ancient knowledge, not in my mind, but through my retinals. Sometimes I feel like I'm the dead. Walking and stomping, but there remain caution. Zombies affecting the earth, a curse which is not forgotten. Calmness is respected birth, slaying babies born too often. I'm so sick with all of the murder, I need to stop the angels from dropping. Poison breathing, the chemtrails and thievery. I've been jailed and still breathing. I stop worlds from eating bees, I swim the quails. Word bereaving, Hare Krishna, back to top it. Tell you to open your minds, because our race is actionable while innocent child dies. We are spirit souls, Prabhupada tells us right. There is no reason to fight, this experience is a calling. Lyrically I'm never stalling, every word I say has a meaning, because mankind is slowly falling. I'm sacred age, I'm here for the cleaning. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare